G'day, it's Dave here. I hope you're well. It's been 2 weeks since I did the announcement on behalf of the elders of our church, Rose City Prezi Church. 2 weeks today that we suspended our Sunday church services. So your elders have been meeting during the week, off and on the phone, on Zoom. I'll talk a bit about that later. And we've been praying for you all as our church family. Look, we thought it's timely that I give a bit of an update after a fortnight of making some big changes in church. And so here we go. I want to remind you that we started 2 weeks ago suspending church on Sundays. And we started by remembering the words of Jesus, talking about days of trouble ahead. He was talking to his disciples in John's Gospel the night he was betrayed. In chapter 16, we heard the verse in 33. We heard Jesus trying to prepare them for his crucifixion, which was ahead of him. He said, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, for I have overcome the world." Great words of preparation and encouragement from the Lord Jesus for his first disciples and for his disciples ever since, who have followed those who have gone before us. Look, I gave 3 key messages 2 weeks ago in our suspension of Sunday church services. I encouraged you on behalf of the elders 3 things. First of all, following Jesus, let's love. Secondly, let's not only love but prepare well for the times of trouble. So let's love, let's prepare well. And thirdly, following Jesus' command and encouragement, let's not be afraid. Do not be afraid, he says, for I have overcome the world. So they're the 3 messages we had 2 weeks ago. I want to just reiterate those again for us today. Let's love well, let's prepare well, and let's not be afraid, although we have lots of good reasons to be fearful. We also talked a couple of weeks ago about some key actions that we were taking as your elders in our church family. First of all, we were going to give it a go, daily church. We're starting church day by day. It's 2 weeks in, and we've only missed 1 day in that whole fortnight, so we're pleased about that. And we're stoked at the great diversity of voices we're hearing from amongst our congregation, men, women, young and old, sharing from the heart, giving us courage. So that's in daily church. That's the first thing. The second thing we talked about was still preparing sermons, Bible talks for Sundays. And we did that last Sunday. I preached for you the last talk in Luke. And tomorrow, John Evans, brother of Peter Evans at Stanthorpe. John Evans is also a minister. He's preaching for us. So he's recorded his talk. It's in 2 Corinthians. And we're going to hear that tomorrow morning. Sunday Bible talk, just as we promised. So daily church was one thing. Still delivering Sunday sermons was the second thing. The third thing was elder-led care. What your elders have done is divvy up our church family amongst our eldership now that we've got 5 local elders and myself. God's timing. We've divvied you all up, and we've been trying to be in touch with all of you, letting you know that we're praying for you, finding out how we can pray for you, listening to you. We haven't got in contact with exactly everyone, but we've covered most of you. And look, if any time you want to have a chat or you need something, please call any of your elders or myself. So daily church, sermons for Sunday, elder-led care. The 4th action we were hoping to do, or planning to do, was reaching out. It's hard for us to know how that's going. How are you going reaching out, telling your neighbours about Christ? Now look, it's hard with different opportunities. Not all our opportunities are gone. We have different opportunities now. So let's be prayerful about that. I wonder how you're going. I'm not sure how I'm going, but maybe you could give me a call and we can talk about that. So that's just a recap from things we talked about 2 weeks ago. Church is on tomorrow in our homes once again. We're doing it the same way as we did last week. So we've got a Bible reading, we've got a Bible talk, and we've got prayers. So me and my family last Sunday, as I hope you did in your household with whoever you live with, we sat down and followed those couple of videos, the reading, the talk, the prayers, and Sarah and I and the boys had a few songs as well. Just around the kitchen table, we had 2 or 3 songs that we sung. Look, I hope you're doing that. I want to encourage you to do that. That's a good thing for you to do. That's a way of connecting in this strange time with us, your church family. So please do that tomorrow morning, 9:30. You'll hear from John, you'll hear from myself, you'll hear from the Bible reader, and that will be good for you. That's good for us. Also, just to let you know, tomorrow morning in church online, I'll also be giving you 5 resources for the coming week to equip you while you're at home, in isolation, lockdown, whatever we want to call it. 5 resources that I think will be really helpful. Great resources that I'm finding good for my soul, and I know you will as well. Look, this Sunday, we're again using YouTube for church tomorrow. But next week, during the week that's coming, I'll be getting around with the elders and trying to equip all of you to use something called Zoom. We're hoping that on Good Friday, we'll be able to connect in all as church, Rose City Church family, and have church together online live using Zoom. Now, the elders and I got this working quick as a flash on Monday for our normal Monday meetings. It's easy as it was gold. Really surprised us. It'll surprise you too. So if you haven't already, get onto Zoom. If you haven't got it yet, don't stress. If you're not sure how to, I will show you tomorrow with those 5 resources that I'll give you. One of them will be Zoom. Last of all, just before I sign off, how are you going memorising Psalm 46? Remember I talked about that psalm that I'm trying to learn, eat up, memorise in my heart, that I'm encouraging you to do the same in this time of trouble. Remember we heard about Martin Luther and his wife, their little girl that they lost to the plague. Remember his love for Psalm 46. I've been practicing with my family. We've been memorising it together in the mornings, at dinner time, ad hoc during the day, trying to remember, well, how does the psalm go? Let me tell you, there's 3 big stanzas. If you look at the psalm, you can divvy it up into 3 big chunks. We've just about nailed the first of the 3 chunks. Let me give it a go. Let me be bold. How does Psalm 46 go? God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in times of trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth gives way, though the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though the waters rage and foam, though the mountains tremble at their swelling. I don't know how accurate that is. I think that's pretty close. It's good for me. It's from Psalm 46. How are you going with Psalm 46? Let me encourage you. Get into the good oil. Memorise that sucker. And I'll see you at church tomorrow morning. Thanks, Rose City.